Hey, true believers, Englentine here. So, turns out the DC decided to not wait the entire year for another batch of DC and Hanna-Barbera comic books. Now, we knew this. I did a video that it was coming out a while back, and I like these things. I really do. They give us an interesting take on both the superhero and the Hanna-Barbera character, sometimes drawing or writing them in a way that we never would have thought about. As a matter of fact, the Snagglepuss one always comes to mind. Check out the Jetsons. This is an interesting take because it's got basic. I thought it was going to be like the Ranger. I forget his name. Sorry, but the park ranger hiring Deathstroke to take out Yogi for stealing picnic baskets. But what it ends up being is Boo Boo goes missing. So Yogi Bear searches for somebody who can help him find his friend. Now, the book is written by, what was it? Frank Thierry? It says right here. Frank Thierry? I think I said that right. Anyway, one thing I really was impressed with is that Yogi speaks in rhyme, which he did quite a bit in the cartoon. So I'm very happy, very glad that they included that particular bit in the comic book as well. You know, it's not just, I'm smarter than the average bear. It's more, there's more to it. Of course, he does talk like Ed Norton from The Honeymooners, for the two people old enough to remember that particular show. And also, I like the fact that got mentioned as well when he meets Deathstroke. He's like, you know, that'll serve me right for taking a job from a bear in a hat that speaks like Ed Norton. And also, I do like the fact that they include other Hanna-Barbera characters. The Dinky Doodle right here. Later, we see Creepellas. I get their names wrong. I'm sorry. But it really does open up the world to the world of Hanna-Barbera. And I just have so much fun with these things because of that. These are things I grew up with. I know a lot of the kids today, and even Cartoon Network, stopped showing them as much and started doing their own thing. But it was so much fun watching these things. The fact that they're arguing in the bar over about Quick Draw McGraw and Ricochet Rabbit, and who's the better shot, because, you know, both of them had taken down the Dinky Doodle. It was just a lot of fun. And Deathstroke brings up the fact that how could Quick Draw McGraw even draw a gun? He's got hooves, not opposable thumbs. And, you know, it's I thought that was sort of fun. There's just so many little touches to it that's just thoroughly entertaining, thoroughly enjoyable. You know, you find out that the whole reason why Deathstroke is in the bar originally is to bring these two down. And then I'm sorry, I got tickled by this book. Deathstroke is not exactly the Deathstroke you get in the Christopher Priest titles. There's more of a sense of humor. It's definitely written to have fun with it. And one of the things I thought was kind of funny was after he takes everybody out, he starts talking about all of these jobs he has, you know, and it's just, you know, basic Deathstroke all the way up to it, though, you know, where, okay, you're a big guy, I got to take you down kind of thing. But then he starts talking about, well, you're not going to impress me with the fact that I've got to take down animals now, because he goes over all of the animal creatures he fought. I think that's coming up in a little bit as far as the page is concerned, but like I said, I found it very entertaining because he says, well, I fought King Shark and Jabberjaw and Croc and Wally Gator and Gorilla Grodd and Grape Ape. Grape Ape wasn't a bad guy, and neither was Jabberjaws or Wally Gator, but you find out that basically all three of them in this particular universe has been killed by Deathstroke. So yeah, you can tell I had a good time with this book. I'm having a lot of fun with the Hanna-Barbera titles. So that's about as spoiler. I don't want to be spoilerific or anything. I don't know what the proper term is for it. just to say that if you're going to be picking up any of these, this is one that I can recommend. Like I said before, it's fun. It's a bit irreverent. It does not take either character seriously, even though it draws a realistic bear for Yogi Bear rather than what we get in the Hanna-Barbera cards. Oh, this is the page I was telling you about, where he's talking about all the animals he's killed. But yeah, even though it does that, it does draw a realistic bear and such like that, so it could fit in the DC universe easier. This book surely does not take itself too seriously, and neither should you. Just enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. In the independent game, we have a new Judge Dredd title. It's called Toxic, and the first issue came out. And so I'm reading this. It's all about, it tells, first of all, I gotta say, I was impressed right out of the gate, really. It expands the world. It let me know a little bit more about Mega City. It let me know that underneath Mega City, there are people who have volunteered to live down there, even though it makes them, it changes them. And they end up looking like muties, which are the ones that live out in the, I'll shoot the dead. I hate it when my brain goes out. Anyway, so they look like muties even if they aren't. And they basically keep the city clean because all those people in Mega City, their refuse goes somewhere. And it turns out that there is an alien symbiote they have found. During an autopsy, a doctor had found that one of them had an alien symbiote because he didn't look like a mutant. He looked all clean and healthy and really invigorated. So Judge Dredd goes to find somebody to talk to about this and see if they can't communicate with one of these aliens, because basically it's not like venom or anything. It just makes them healthier, and because they're healthier, they can do the job and keep the city clean. So it's like, well, they're here illegally, but they're helpful. Are we getting the picture here yet? Huh? Of course, when citizenry discovers that there are illegal aliens here, they decide to go on a killing spree because, you know, that's what you do. Are we getting the picture yet about where this is going? When did Judge Dredd... now, granted, I haven't read every issue of Judge Dredd. I actually have a ton of them. It's one of those things where I bought it off of iForm, but I haven't read all of them. So I've got a ton of them, but I haven't read. But I want to know. See, the last miniseries dealt with illegal aliens and was a whole thing about, ooh, doesn't America suck because they don't let everybody in? And this one, it deals with illegal aliens and, ooh, doesn't America suck because they don't let anybody who wants to come in, or we actually are talking about, you know, cleaning up our immigration laws. But that's what this book is. At first, I mean, it had me at the beginning, and then it was like, oh, okay. Especially when they come across one group of protesters, and who do you think is in front? That, of course, Judge Dredd gets to bully around. Guess. I'll take. He's orange. He's big. He's kind of fat. Yeah, they do not hide what they're trying to do with this book. And the truth be told, they were doing it well in the beginning, because I've always said, if you make a story and you put your message in it so people can enjoy the story, they're going to get the message, but they're going to enjoy it more because, well, the story is written well. If you make it all about the message, then it hits people over the head and it's going to turn people off and they're not going to read the rest of the story, so your message falls on deaf ears. All I have ever said, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again and again and again and again, is the writers have to find the voice of the character. And within that, if they have a message, they tell a story and put it in. That's fine. It's been done since the very beginning. We know this. Here we have Judge Dredd actually telling someone who broke the law, it's okay, I'm not without compassion. You may have had your reasons. What the double F? Seriously, this is the guy who says, I am the law. Oh, and here you go. This is the page I was telling you about. Who are they trying to draw there, guys? Who do you think? Being the insensitive guy who says people who are not like us need to go. Yeah, And I'm just paraphrasing the dialogue, but it's pretty much close to it. Seriously, I used to like Judge Dredd comics. Now, granted, I haven't read all of them, and I don't know how much of a social justice warrior Judge Dredd has been, but the Judge Dredd that I remember has not been, and this is not Judge Dredd. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Is this a proper Judge Dredd? Have you been reading him from the beginning, and this is a perfect characterization? Please put me in my place if that's the truth. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What did you think of Deathstroke and Yogi Bear? By all means, put that in the comments below as well. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Sometimes, just sometimes, YouTube does their job and notifies people when a video comes out, and when we do live streams. Barely, but sometimes. Also, this is the way I'm trying to make a living. I know everybody's trying to, but this is the way I'm trying to. So if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.